Hi there, and congratulations, and thank you for downloading the one-page marketing plan. So you can download it. It's on the left-hand side of this page. There's a button just down below. You can click on that. It'll open up this exact document that I'm looking on. So this is literally hot off the press. It's going to go through a couple of iterations and definitely look and feel so much better than it looks now. But I wanted to make sure that you got something that I've just been working on while it's fresh, if you like. And I'm going to run you through it, if that's okay. So why did this one-page marketing plan come about? So a lot of the work that I do with B2B consultants, every time I survey and speak to the marketplace, most organizations are looking for around about 5 clients. And all of this big complex marketing systems are just way too much. You know, how to be a LinkedIn expert, how to do complex funnels, either too time consuming, too complex, or just don't work in the B2B environment that they operate in. So there was this shout out from my clients and people I was talking to about a simple, repeatable framework. So that's what I've developed, and I'm going to run you through it here. So this is the map that you have. Just a couple of logistical things. When you get access to this document, you may or may not be signed in. So it's Google Docs. All you need to do, if you want to make a copy, that's absolutely fine. When you sign in, you can do make a copy, or you can download it as PDF or PowerPoint, whatever you want to do. This is an embedded image, so you won't be able to edit it. So let's just take a look at this. So this is my overall map, if you like. So this is a 2-week promotional schedule, ending up with the main event. So everything around this simple marketing system is built up around a LinkedIn event. So for this premise, the main event is a LinkedIn event. There's a couple of different ways you can run a LinkedIn event. You can run it native to LinkedIn. So whereby you create an event page, you stream to that page, the video's held on that page. Every time you go live, the people who are signed up for it get notified. So that's like level 1. With my clients, I work at level 1, level 2, level 3. So that's level 1. The beauty of doing it that way is pretty easy to do. You don't need outside complex marketing automation softwares or anything. It's pretty much all embedded within LinkedIn. The one thing you do need is an outside service like StreamYard, BeLive or Restream, which just enables you to stream your camera through to LinkedIn. So that's a really easy way to start. The second way is to pretty much exactly the same setup, but instead of selecting on the drop down to do it within LinkedIn, you embed an outside link to a Zoom link, a Google Meet link, or a Teams link, something like that. But that adds a little bit of extra friction because someone has to click the button to register and then they're taken to the page. And then once they've registered for the event, they're shown to the event and that link is there. And there is a third way. It's kind of that level 3. It's a little bit more complex if you have a technical capability whereby you can use a lead form, and not many people know this. It's quite new, only a couple of months ago, and it wasn't highly publicized. But when people click register for the event, it opens up a box pre-filled with their name and details, and you can connect that via a middleware service into your back-end webinar platform like Zoom, Teams, Google Meet, or the one I use is BigMarker, and people are automatically added to your marketing platforms, which allows you to send external emails saying, you know, you've signed up for this event, it's coming. Whole load of videos in our training courses about how to do that. But there's if you're just starting off, then level 1, which is, you know, natively on LinkedIn, is by far the best way to go. But why would you do a LinkedIn event? So one thing that most people don't realize, and again, it's not widely publicized, a LinkedIn event, you can invite 1,000 people a week legally without any extra software and probably within about 5 minutes from your existing network to attend the event. All legal, all within LinkedIn's limits, not breaking any rules, no shadow bans on your account or anything like that. So if you have enough people in your LinkedIn network and you run an event 2 weeks out, you can invite 2,000 people for free without breaking any rules from your existing LinkedIn network, which is why it's such a powerful thing. And there's a second thing that we teach inside our program as well, where it's 2,000 people per profile. So if you're a consulting business with a number of staff, then each person can invite up to 2,000. Or if you're running it with a partner, a content partner, or an introducer or a referral partner, they can invite up to 2,000 of their network as well. And that is why LinkedIn events is the crucial part of this. So here we go. We start off with the end in mind, which is running an event about day 14. So week 1, day 1, publish your event. And if you don't know how to do that, in our training program, we walk you through step by step how to do that, how to set it up, how to create the graphics and stuff. Relatively easy to do. Then you do the setup and you invite 1,000 people from your network. So then day 2 is another strategy that we teach inside our training program, which is called the poll process. So therefore, most people producing LinkedIn polls don't do it correctly. There's a strategy behind it. So don't just post here and like, what's your favorite cheese? Now you have an event coming up in 2 weeks that is about a content piece, which is typically about one of the predominant pains in the marketplace. So therefore, we create a poll around the same pain. And you would make it, there's a number of different strategies, either a no-brainer yes or no, or a number of different variations. So for example, I posted one the other day. It's here, if you're a smaller consulting company, how many clients ideally would you like to win in 1 year? Something like that. So I put, the options are 5, 10, 15. My main event that I've got coming up is how to get 5 consulting clients, or how to get new consulting clients. So the strategy that very few people initiate is, it's not just about the poll. As people respond, you can reach out to them by direct message, and instead of being pitchy or spammy, or you now have a logical reason to be so. LinkedIn polls get high awareness through LinkedIn, still get great reach. It's one of those things that they're still favoring. So you get great reach. You might get 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 80 respondents. And then you can follow up with them. Instead of being spammy, of course, how are you going to follow up with them? You invite them to the event. So that's another way of getting people into the event. So then day 4, you publish a post. So the post then would probably be talking about the same pain point. So it could be a PASS framework, problem, awareness, situation, or problem, agitate, situation, depending on how you look at that framework. Or it could be a story post. And again, we go into posts in our training, but you then are talking about the same problem. So people who are liking and commenting on that post can be invited to the event. Again then, so you post again on day 6, and then you start messaging the people who responded to the poll on around about day 7. So this is sort of the bare minimum, if you like. There are other versions where you've got promotional posts, which can be automated and sent to go out via other softwares. But this is sort of a bare minimum. For most consultants, works really, really well. So then what you have, week 2. So now you do a repost of the event, because when you created it, you would have published a post to say, I've just created this event. Then you can go back in and do a repost of it. Now you publish your poll number 2. So it's a slightly different poll around an obvious no-brainer question around the pain point that is linked to the event that you're running. Okay? All nice and simple. Now, because you posted it here, you can start messaging the respondents sort of day 10. And the reason we do that is obviously we've got a short window here. But if you're clever and if you're planned, you would have created the event that you're running on week 4 already So when you're in conversation with people, you're messaging the responses to your poll here, you can start inviting them to the next one as well, because you would have had the shell of that one already set up. Then on day 11, you publish your post again, relevant to the pain point or the story, relevant to the content piece. And then on day 13, you do the same with the last invite. And again, you can create multiple posts around that. You know, we're going live. So that is a repeatable, integrated marketing system for 2 weeks where you are building your credibility. You always know what to post about. And if you want to chuck in carousels on here, brilliant. But, you know, this is a simple process. The next thing is you're always adding in connections. LinkedIn allows you legally to add in 100 new connections a week. If you are not doing this, then you are missing a major opportunity. It's a sunk opportunity cost that's gone for you. So you should be adding in 100 connections a week. There's predominantly 4 new ways you can do that that we teach in our trainings. So number 1 is through a standard search, you know, the LinkedIn search parameters. Number 2 is looking at people that have expressed an interest and have attended events like yours, i.e. other people's events that are being led by the pain point or the technology stack, or basically a signal that they might be a potential client or have the problem that you solve. Because if they're taking the time to attend another event, then why would they do that if they're not seeking out information around a specific problem or goal that they have? So you can connect with people via standard searches, via people who are attending events. You can also look at followers of other experts. So for example, say Alan Weiss is an author in the consulting world. He's written many books. So I can look at and follow people who also follow, who are connections of Alan Weiss, and I can filter it via the country, UK, etc., etc. And there's another one that I won't explain here because I keep it for our clients, but it's a way of identifying people who are really in market at the moment, and that's in the training course. So please allow me to keep something, you know, special for our paying clients. But either way, every week then you are adding new connections. It depends on the strength of your profile. Expect about 20 to 40% of those to connect with you. Not automatically, you know, you'll get those dripped out over the next couple of weeks. So say, time being, you know, our friend here, you invite 100 this week, 30 of those people connect with you. Instead of following up with a pitch, you now have somewhere to send them or invite them to. So, hi Steve, I don't know how relevant this is for you at the moment. Great to be a new connection. I'm also running an event in a couple of days where you'll be able to get to know me a little bit more. Here's a link. Would love to see you here. So you've got that first one-to-one follow-up message, and of course they will then go into the constantly replenishing pool of 1,000 people to invite. So that now is a simple super system where everything is integrated and nothing is left to waste. Cool? So how do we expand on that? So the next way to expand on that is pull it out into a month. So if you look at a month, you have week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. I just need to change the... So you now have content. So an event week 2, the end of week 2, you would run a different content piece the end of week 4 and run exactly the same profile. And then month 2, you would have content piece 3 running at the end of 4 week 6, and then you'd have another content piece running at the end of week 8. So then you can start that process all over again. So you repeat that 6 times, and that gives you a year's worth of integrated event and content. So just to show you how that looks like, month 1, week 2, topic 1. Month 1, week 4, topic 2. Month 2, week 2, topic 3. Month 2, week 2, topic 4. So you've got 4 topics. Or you can take it to a different extent, which is you can have month 1, week 2, pain 1A, which is the topic. So you're talking about a very specific pain point that is front and center of the mind of your potential clients. Then month 1, week 4, you do pain point 2. But these are framed as a version of it. So instead of, let me just change that. So instead of recreating the wheel every time, which is what most people would do, what you do here is you change this. I'm in view only mode, so I'll change this as you go. But what you do is you deliver pretty much the same content, but with a different wrapper around it. So different headline, we will attract different attendees. So you might shift it from these people are problem aware and these people are solution aware, or these is a more educational piece. So there's different ways of doing it. So you don't have to create a significant amount of content. And I reference it, to, if you've got 10,000 people in your target addressable market, you run one webinar once, 50 people show up, they see the content, and then you go out and try and create a whole new webinar. Why? When you've got 9,950 people who have never seen the first one. So it's all about making sure everyone, as deep as you can go into your market, see your content. And then you can have a different mix of how you deliver the content as well. So you can have instruction, so you can have a typical 30-40 minute content piece where you're showing content flows. And again, we show our clients how to deliver those with impact in our training programs. But you can even just have a Q&A. So you'd have the same type of headline, how to achieve X without Y, how to mitigate the risks of Y, or the 3 biggest problems facing XYZ industry. But instead of having a purely content piece, you can run it as a Q&A. So what that means is you get people on, you get them live, and instead of going straight into content, you have a Q&A session, open Q&A, and you might just need to warm them up with a couple of, hey, understand people are always a little shy to jump in with questions. So what I'm going to do is start off with the top 3 questions that we had from our last session, just to get it warmed up. And then once you started answering a couple of questions, people are already starting to warm up and they'll start to engage. So you don't necessarily even have to create this prescribed content piece, if you like. So there you go. Quick reminder. Simple, completely integrated 2-week system that you can branch out to a month, which you can then branch out to 2 months, and then even branch out to a year. So my recommendation is go 2 months worth of content and repeat that 6 times every year, or take a 2-week break so that,